The Christmas holidays are fast approaching, and for some, the most stressful part of the festive period is remembering who does and who does not like sprouts, or trying not to burn the pigs in blankets. The festive period is always very stressful for parents and carers who can be juggling work or other commitments with providing care for their children. It can be particularly difficult for parents who are separated. When organising holidays, these parents may be trying to accommodate not only their own schedules, those of their children and their former partners, but potentially also those of any new partners, their children and the new partner's former partners. It can therefore all become very overwhelming. Unless Christmas contact has previously been arranged by way of formal agreement or by court order, you need to try to make these arrangements between yourselves. The key advice for separated parents is to plan well in advance wherever possible. The more time there is to plan, the more likely it is that everyone's schedules can be accommodated. Parents also need to be prepared to be flexible and reasonably accommodating to other people's plans where possible to maximise the chance that the children involved will be able to experience the best holidays possible in all of the circumstances, as this should always be the priority. Once all the adults involved communicate effectively, hopefully agreement can be reached on what weeks, for example, each parent will take the children. Navigating shared holidays are and will always be complicated, but there are approaches to consider which can often assist in the process. For example, being aware of the other parent's scheduled time with the children when making your holiday plans, particularly if the holiday arrangement impinges on normal routines of contact. For example, if they are normally due to see the children every weekend, does your holiday impinge on that? If so, it would be appropriate to have their consent to a variation of the arrangement. This may be easily negotiated and applied to other holiday seasons such as summer holidays where, for example, they also seek extra time to go on holiday with the children. But if negotiations prove difficult, you may benefit from advice or input to find a solution. Remember, if you take the children away for your holiday at a time when the court has ordered the other parent should have the children in their care, you may be found in contempt of the court order. As a result of the number of factors and often emotions at play, agreement is not always possible. If your former partner is refusing to come to an agreement about holiday contact, it is important, where possible, that you try to discuss the matter with your former partner to try to ascertain why they are refusing to agree dates. If you know this would be challenging, then if you both agree, you can use a mediation service so that you can have that discussion with the assistance of a mediator. Alternatively, you can instruct a solicitor to correspond with your former partner or with their solicitor. If your former partner is refusing to agree dates, then the final port of call is to raise court proceedings to seek an order from the court to allow the contact to be ordered to take place on the basis that it is in your child's best interests. It is really important for children to know what is happening and where they are to be. It is important to remember that no two families are the same and there are no rules when it comes to organising children's time at Christmas. The arrangements that are made should be in the children's best interests, and if possible, you should ask the children for their views, but make it clear that there are many compromises to consider. For example, some families choose to move children between households at a specific time on Christmas Day, so that each parent has time with the children on Christmas Day itself. Other families choose to leave the children in one house on Christmas Day and move the children to the other household on Boxing Day. The arrangements can be as flexible or structured as you want them to be. You should also think about whether your regular contact schedule will require to be modified in the run-up to Christmas, as well as considering any emergency plans which would come into place if, for example, bad weather makes travel difficult or impossible. Parents should be able to contact one another or another family member in the case of any emergency. At Complete Clarity Solicitors, we advise you to talk about what arrangements are to be made as soon as possible so as to avoid uncertainty in the run-up to the festive period. Try to have an agreement in place well in advance of the festive period so that everyone knows where they stand and can make big plans for the big day.